Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're at 7,206. We're up 0.17%. And what main thing I want to point out today is we're going to be looking at our Fibonacci, and we're going to be going from our swing low up to our swing high of 2019. That's all I want to look at. We're not going to look at any past price action. We just specifically want to look at this 2019. And what we've been looking at over the past month or so, I've been talking about this 0.618 Fibonacci level. And right now we are fighting again with it. And this fight started to take place November 22nd. So it's been over a month where we've been back and forth. We've had some down days where we've been below it. We've been up above it a little bit. But overall, we've been locked between the bulls and the bears at this 0.618 level. So this is definitely an area I'm going to watch, guys. And what this means is here, if we have a strong break to the downside, I would look at $6,400 to be the first area of support. And the reason why I look at that is because this is a potential double bottom that we had here. We're trying to find the bottom for Bitcoin. We've been in a downtrend for over 6 months now. We need to find that bottom, and we have to start making higher highs and higher lows. So right now what I'm looking at is this double bottom, and right now it's still being defended. You can see we're up above it right in this range here. So that's what I'm going to see to the downside, guys. 6,400 is going to need to be defended. If 6,400 is not defended, I'll see you down here around that 0.786, and that potentially could be around, we'll call it $5,500. So that's why it's so important. This for me is kind of a no trade zone right now. We're sitting and floating in the middle of this downtrend channel that we've been in for 6 months right now. What I want to see for a long position is for us to start making a strong move off this 0.618 and start having candle closes up above this downtrend channel, this trend line right here that we have ended up having about 5 or 6 touches off of. We need to see a trend line break take place on heavy volume. Then we really could move hard fast, guys. We could run up, and challenge that $14,000 in the matter of a month or so if we get a nice trend line break out of here. Things happen very quick in the cryptocurrency space, just like over here. And about the matter of a month, we went from $7,400, so basically where we're at now, all the way up to $14,000. And this run started on June 4th, 2019. And it ended June 27, 2019. So basically in 1 month, we can double the price, and that happens in Bitcoin all the time. You can see that price double, but you can also see that price get cut in half very quick as well. And that's why right now we're just sitting at this dangerous area here, guys. And for me, it's kind of a no trade zone. I'm just sitting back, still in cash, waiting, being patient to see what happens, if we're going to have that next big drop down, or if we're finally going to start coming back up here to challenge this downtrend line again. So that's something I wanted to point out. And also, guys, if you get some from these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate you all being here with me today. It's been great to be back with you. It's been busy over the Christmas, holiday and all that type of stuff. Spent a lot of time with the family, so it's nice to be here with you today. Now, in terms of Bitcoin, another thing that I want to pay a lot of attention to and watch is this trend line right here. So we're going to draw this little one. I want to see this continue to hold, and the reason is because this is our higher low. You can see how we were pushing up here. It was a few videos ago we were looking at this mast, and then we started to move sideways, and the candles were getting really tight, and I was telling you guys to potentially look out for that bull flag. And what happened was we broke out and we got over the previous high, so it was a little bull flag, but we didn't have a lot of continuation. It came on good volume, but all of a sudden we just started to roll back over. So this area that we're holding as support now around that 7,055 really needs to hold, because that's our first higher low there that we really need to hold so that we can keep climbing to the upside, guys. It's all about higher highs and higher lows, even in the short term here. Do you see this? Here was a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we gave it back up. So what you want to do is look for those trend changes in the short term, just like this one was, and then it would be the intermediate term and then the longer term, but everything has to start in the short term. And for me, that would be us closing up above this 0.618 and continuously making a move, even to try to challenge this 7,614, which is going to be a strong area of overhead resistance that we're going to need to get up through, because we've hit it here, we've hit it back over here, over here, over here, and then the next area I would look for is 7,800. That's really going to be the big one, that 7,800, because if we get up to that range, that's going to put us right around this downtrend channel that you're looking at here, and that's what we desperately need to break out of. Our downtrend started, we'll call it June 27th, June 28th, so all July, August, September, October, November, December. You're looking at a 6-month downtrend, guys, and we don't want this to continue longer, because as we know, it can turn into that longer term downtrend to where you can spend a year, 2 years in a downtrend just slowly grinding down. And what you see here, they're called little reactions basically. So you'll have this big dump, and then you'll have that little reaction, that little short-term uptrend, but we need it to continue. We don't want to see it keep losing it. But the fact that the bulls have defended down here around that 6,400 where we had this double bottom that was over a month apart, I do find that significant that that still is intact. So the main range that I'm looking for is between 6,400 needs to be defended, and then to the upside we need to break out of that $7,800. Next thing I wanted to do here was look at some of the RSI and some of the indicators with you. And let me know what you're doing. Are you guys sitting back in cash right now? Are you in the market? Are you hodling? Are you planning your next trade? Are you waiting for this upper trend line break out of here like I am? If we do have a nice move to the upside, that's where I would want to go long. And that's just my opinion, guys. Now, in terms of the stock, right now we're on the 4 hour, we're at 19 and 17, and it's looking like we may potentially have a little move to the upside here. You can see we potentially have this stock cross taking place, and that would be good because that'd be taking place right around this bullish engulfing candle. And this is on the 4 hour, remember, but this would qualify if we close like this. This would be a bullish engulfing candle with a stochastic cross, but we need to see more volume. I'm not very impressed with that volume right there, and that would still just be another reason why I'd be sitting back right now, waiting patiently for a better move in the long term. But the stock there is in that oversold territory, so that's a good thing. We're not up around that 99 or 100. The next one I want to look at is our relative strength index. Now, in terms of our relative strength, we're at 48, so that's perfect right there. No problem with that. You can see we're starting to make a little move to the upside there. And also, I would draw a trend line on this as well. So let me pull this up a little bit more. I would put my trend line right here, and this is the trend line on the 4 hour I want to see hold. We can come back here, bounce off it many times, but ultimately that's what I want to see hold because that is the higher low that I'm paying so much attention to. Guys, as we continue to learn together and do this trading together, I really want you all to understand trends and how when you're in a downtrend, you're going to be looking at these lower highs, just like this, lower highs and lower lows coming in. And then when you're in an uptrend, you see how you're having these higher highs and higher lows. I think trend analysis is one of the most important things that you can start off with. I didn't start off with trend analysis when I was just trying to learn this stuff. I basically started with Japanese candlesticks, and then I started to move on from there, which that's one of the most important things as well as the Japanese candlesticks. But also, you have to know what type of trend you're in. Are you in an uptrend? Are you in a downtrend? To be able to, start adding these candlesticks in and all these different indicators and oscillators in. I think trend following is one of the most important things that you can look for. Now, in terms of going out to the one-day chart, I wanted to do this with you. And we'll get the Fibonacci off here because you already know that we're just battling with that 0.618 and to really watch for it. Now, in terms of the one-day chart, what happened was, here we're having basically a doji candle, so you're seeing a lot of indecision. The day before was like a gravestone doji. Now there's not as much significance to these because we're moving sideways. It's not at a market top or a market bottom, anything like that. But when you start looking at candles and you're examining these candles, this bullish engulfing candle, this is a very strong candle, guys. It engulfed the previous day's candle. It was more so at the bottom where we hit that double bottom, and it came on more volume, and we've held this higher low. So that's what I'm looking for, to see if we can get that next pop up there to try to get up above that $7,800. It's going to be key for us. But now, in terms of the moving averages, in purple, you can see that that's our 20 EMA, and we're still below that. We're fighting with it right now. We have that doji indecision over it, but we want to start seeing candle closes up above that. We really haven't seen too many strong candle closes up above that in quite a while. We had this one here, but we basically gave it all back. Other than that, we hadn't been up above it since November 10th, 2019. Next one in orange is going to be our 40 EMA. That's pressing down upon us as well. And then we have our 50 moving average. And a lot of traders really wait for us to start having candle closes up above that 50 as well on significant volume. That can always play a strong factor for you. But guys, when you're in an uptrend, you want to be trading with that trend. You want to be buying the dip. But when you're in this downtrend, until we have confirmation, you have to be careful in terms of buying the dip. You'll always hear that, buy the dip, buy the dip. But think though, guys, say you even bought this. We had this huge sell-off right here, and this is where you bought, right? So at $8,000, look at where we're at right now. You've already lost $800 on your trade just buying that dip. You always want to buy the dip after we've had nice explosions to the upside. You see this where we came back to our 20? And then we made our next move up, made a higher high. Then we came back here. We even pierced through the 20, but we found support off that 40 right there. I think the 20 EMA and the 40 EMA as well as that 50 can really give you a good insight of more of that intermediate term trend. And that's what I like to follow, that short term to intermediate term trend. But when you're looking at this stuff, guys, always put the trend in your favor and just realize that the candles right now are getting very tight, and a huge break most likely is going to be coming here. I can't tell you whether it's going to be to the upside or the downside. The overall trend's down, but we did just make this higher low. So we're going to see if this will continue and we'll pop up there, or if we're going to start dropping back down and we'll have to look for support more so down around that $6,400 range. So I hope you all had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I'm glad to be back here with you. I hope YouTube, everything works itself out and I can just still stay here with you guys and continue to do this the best that I can and the best of my ability. So if you get something from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Appreciate you all being here with me today. God bless you all. Take care.